also 80% the juvenile drivers, they also have been reduced.
And we are so glad that this crackdown has happened and that citizens are moving towards safe driving. To speak more about this integral issue, we actually have M.Waqas Nazir, who is the head of traffic Punjab Police and the senior police officer who has served as the additional IG Operations Punjab. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's wonderful to have you. All right, it's absolutely wonderful to have you on the show today, and we have seen in just 12 days more than 734,000 traffic violation fines have been reported, and people are thinking of this as an aggressive crackdown. But please explain to the citizens why it is important for their safety.
Thank you so much for having me. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The basic motive of this drive for enforcement of traffic laws was twofold. First was to make our roads safer and to save precious lives which are lost in traffic accidents every year. And the other component was to make the traffic more disciplined and save time and the agony which commuters face in our urban centers, especially during busy hours of the day. So on both counts, alhamdulillah, the enforcement action is working. As you have just mentioned that the traffic accidents, and especially fatal traffic accidents, have come down drastically. And for last, say, 2 weeks, there are 8 districts of Punjab where there was not a single fatal accident, and in 31 urban areas where we have most of the vehicular traffic, there was no fatal accident because of this enforcement campaign. On the other hand, people are going for licensing. You can see long queues outside.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for highlighting that.
Absolutely, as licenses they are being issued. So basically, I'm more interested to know that what prompted the provincial government to amend the 60-year-old Traffic Act with 20 major reforms. And of course,
we'll be talking about
it's very important for me to know that, 734,000 violation tickets, they have been issued. What were the reforms that were introduced, that were in place?
And Ali, I think this was so important to implement in Pakistan because, people driving without licenses, it's been years since they haven't had their licenses.
Mindless driving, I must say that you get to witness on roads.
You're going in one lane, right?
Absolutely.
And then you know that you have to be mentally prepared for someone coming the wrong way, whether it's a motorcycle or a car.
It is very important for all of us, even for both of us, Isha and myself. It is very important for us to understand that, all these people, the traffic police, which you get to see on roads in your daily routine, they are there to protect us. They are there to protect you from the fatal accidents. And it is very important to follow the rules and regulations.
And what is actually done in other countries is that from a young, tender age, I have cousins studying in the UK, since the ages of 12 to 14, they're shown accident videos, they're shown the harmful endeavors that you receive when you violate traffic laws, when you don't wear seatbelts, when you
By the
don't
way,
wear
let me share one of my memories
of
getting a driver's license back in 2013, I guess, and I got my driver's license in a few attempts. I was not successful.
We are back with our guests.
We are back with our guests. So now to ask you, sir, what prompted the provincial government to basically amend the 60-year-old Traffic Act with 20 major reforms?
Yeah, that was the start point actually. Because with the passage of time, change on the roads. For instance, 10 years after this motor vehicles ordinance, there were only 13,000 vehicles registered in Punjab. And today, as we sit and talk, there are more than 25 million vehicles plying on Punjab roads every day. So things have changed. The problems which we face today were not even conceivable in 1965. So the amendment in the law was necessary and which was done. And then the second component was the enforcement, a meaningful enforcement which yielded results. And the third and equally important component is education. We are focusing a lot on education because in populations like Punjab, which is a big province, if people are not sensitive and educated about the traffic laws, they do not understand the discipline they are supposed to display on the roads, then mere enforcement action might not be sufficient to keep our roads running smoothly and safely. So all three components are being focused on.
So, right, absolutely. Also, there is a significant reduction in juvenile drivers, 80% reduction in juvenile drivers. So what reforms were basically deployed to achieve this figure? And also, I'm very interested to know, as you're mentioning about educating the young drivers, educating the people about the implementation of the rules. So how can we work collectively for the achievement of traffic laws?
Yeah. The juvenile drivers and saving their lives was one of the topmost priorities of Chief Minister of Punjab. Previously, if we go through the data of 2022, 23, 24, 8% fatal accidents, the driver was an underage kid. So 8 out of every 100 fatal accidents were caused by a driver who was not legally allowed to drive a car. So after this campaign, this has come drastically down. And the recipe was to control at source, to discourage youngsters to come on the roads as drivers. And that has come down more than 90% by now. So when lesser number of juvenile drivers are on the road, naturally, probability of their involvement or ending up in an accident goes down naturally. The education component is very, very important, and especially for the youngsters. So we are sending our teams to the universities, to the colleges, to the higher schools where kids try to take their chances and try to drive cars or motorbikes, and we try to educate them about traffic laws, and about the importance of having a license if they want to drive at all.
All right. You've actually pinpointed that out so accurately. And Mr. Waqas, what I really want to do is applaud your efforts, because it just seems so impossible to do in Punjab, in Pakistan.
734,000 violation tickets.
Exactly. And what you did was that in Pakistan, traffic laws were taken very, very casually. Helmets not worn, seatbelts not worn, traffic violations happening here and there. But you were able to achieve this crackdown. You were able to implement these laws. What do you think? We actually want to hear from your side. What were the difficulties that you faced the most, and how were you able to achieve this? What message do you actually have for the people to actually adhere to these rules and actually compromise with you and follow according to your laws?
For us, it is more than a campaign or a drive. It is, in fact, an effort to change the way people approach life. So the biggest challenge is to inculcate that mental change, that whenever someone wants to come on the road, he or she must take it as a serious business and mentally prepare and committed to follow the laws and the rules which are required to be observed on the road. So if there is this attitudinal change in our citizens, the enforcement job becomes much easier. So my message to the people who are living in Punjab and driving cars and motorbikes on the roads is that we need to learn to drive, we need to learn to use road, and we need to learn laws which regulate all this. If we drive after learning and observing laws, will make roads safer for our own selves and fellow citizens. And similarly, we can save ourselves and others from the agony of driving in a disordered, messy traffic, which unfortunately we cause ourselves.
Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
highlighting
Thank you
that.
very
And-
much for your time, M.Waqas Nazir.
And just before you go, I actually
Absolutely.
have just one question that I'm curious to know about, and that is that thousands of FIRs were registered under new laws which were revised. What violations are now actually being treated as criminal offenses to just guide our audiences?
Mr. M.Waqas Nazir, head of the traffic, Punjab Police, and of course, there is one very important lesson of the day which we all need to practice, and that is mindfulness. Because when we practice mindfulness with ourselves, we are very mindful about others, and it makes the lives of us and the others easier.
What a beautiful message, Ali. With that note, we will be ending World this morning. And it was wonderful to have you all here today. It was wonderful to have Ali here today with such energetic and
Thank you,
charismatic
Isha.
energy.
Thank you.
And with that, make sure to take the message that he gave you, comprehend on it, adhere to it, and make sure to catch us live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We will be waiting for you eagerly as you wait for us. Stay tuned and Allah Hafiz.
And good morning, Pakistan.